Hope you're all doing well. And yes, the title is true. We are actually eating tomatoes, peppers, and beans.
Banner day for us. Long time in coming. Long time.
And it's all Plant Paradox approved. In fact, the title of the recipe is Gundry's Chili. So if that doesn't tell you it's Plant Paradox approved, I don't know what it is. There's a big misconception out there that you cannot eat tomatoes, beans, and peppers on this diet, but we're going to prove that is not true.
Right.
The key is, as we're going to see in a minute, you need to prepare the things properly and then pressure cook them. So we're not going to make the recipe tonight because what do we need to do first?
We need to do some prep work.
All right, what do we need to do?
Anyone who's ever made chili before knows that unless you're using canned beans, you need to soak the beans. 1 cup of red beans. But it's always nice to look through, make sure there isn't any gravel, anything like that in there that needs to be removed.
Oh, I see one. It's a bad bean. Get
It's
it
a
out
bad
of there.
bean.
Bad bean.
There you go.
You're out.
I'm going to want it to be covered by at least 2 inches of water. We are going to do 2 water changes. The water is going to pull some of the lectins out, and each time we rinse it through the colander, it's just going to help make it more lectin free. I'm going to go ahead and change it every 8 hours. Okay, now we're going to do the same process to a cup of black beans and a cup of lentils. So one thing to keep in mind when selecting a bowl is the beans will double in size during the soaking period, so make sure that there's enough room for the beans and the additional cold water you want to use.
All right, we will see you
24 hours later.
24 hours from now. Like that.
And we're back. That was the fastest 24 hours I've ever had.
Ever.
I don't even remember it.
All I remember is getting up in the middle of the night, washing beans and changing water.
That's right, and our beans are about ready. And as you can see, for the last washing, we just mixed them all together in one big bowl. Okay, so yes, we are gonna go ahead and do the prep on the tomatoes and the peppers. I'm gonna go ahead and do that while Jen just relaxes, puts her feet up.
What?
She's just gonna drink a cold drink, one of the healthy ones, sit by the pool and just relax.
Today is is today my birthday?
She's probably gonna go vacuum or something. Make the puree, peel and de-seed the tomatoes and peppers, and prepare all the other ingredients, and then we'll make the chili.
Awesome.
Then you can come back in from the pool and your nice cold drink.
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right, let's get started. Okay, so first off, you can see I'm wearing these kitchen gloves because one time when I was handling the jalapeno peppers and cutting them and stuff, I made the mistake of itching my eye. Not a good thing, so. And I'm just taking a very light stroke on there. I'm not trying to cut too deep. And then just scoop out these seeds. And there we go. Just like that. And then I'm going to kind of carve out the little seeded area here. And the stem, I'll get that too. And we'll put that in our bowl. Okay, de-seeded. Now I will do the other 2 halves and check back when we're done. So I was looking for the poblano chili and I saw it here at the store, but then I noticed it was labeled as Pasilla chili peppers. I Googled it and they often get mislabeled, but true Pasilla chili peppers are dried, and I'll put a picture up what they look like. So if you see these and they look like that, then they're probably just mislabeled poblano. I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven to broil. I'm going to just try checking them every 5 minutes and see how they're doing. I'm going to put the jalapenos aside and remember to wash my hands before I touch my eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in there. You can see how they look now. Okay, so for these tomatoes, what we want to do is just flip them over and then make a little X just through the skin on here. It doesn't have to be super deep. And then what we'll do is put this in boiling water for maybe 15 seconds or so. And then you can sort of see the skin start to peel back. And then once it kind of looks like it's getting really loose, we'll pull it out and put this right into some ice water to bring it back to room temperature, and then we'll go ahead and peel it. So I'll do that now. Okay, so this one now, I can just peel that off. Look at how easy that comes off of there. Super easy. I at least wanted to show you kind of one of the ways I do it, and I know a lot of you probably have way better ways to do it, but that seems to be the easiest way for me, is to just kind of cut that core out and then scoop out these seed pods. Just about like that. The peppers are now done. Don't know how long they were in there, about 7 minutes on broil, and you can see the skins are nice and wrinkly. As they say, put them in like a bowl and then cover it with like cling wrap or saran wrap of sorts, and that will just help steam them for a little bit until they're kind of room temperature-ish. So I'm going to do that while I finish the tomatoes, and we'll check those in a little bit. All right, so peppers have been sitting here for a while. Not too hot to the touch, so I'm just gonna try pulling on the skin and see what happens. There we go. Look at that. Peels right off. We'll do the bell pepper, same thing. Look at that. Peels right off. You having fun, Jan? We'll go ahead and finish peeling all these, and we'll check back in a minute when we're done.
And we're gonna go ahead and saute the peppers, garlic, and the onion. But before we add those ingredients, we need to add 1/4 cup of olive oil. So we're gonna go ahead and do this in the pressure cooker.
And then I can put this pressure cooker on saute. Start.
There's 5 cloves of garlic. I have done just a couple more so I'm doing 6 because a couple of the pieces were a little smaller than what I thought.
So now Jan's going to chop up 1 large onion with our handy chopper. We have 2 choppers going. Careful of your fingers. Make sure you're in a happy couple when you do this.
Make sure your wife isn't crying her eyes out.
And it says to cook until fragrant, and that seems like it's fragrant from the moment you put it in there. But what does it say to do next?
Well, we still have more peppers.
Oh, more peppers. Okay, we gotta do the jalapenos.
What we're going to do next is go ahead and make the chipotle puree. It's difficult to find, so probably the easiest thing to do is to get chipotle peppers in adobo sauce.
I mean, we could do 1 can and it would probably be fine, but
right.
They're not very expensive. These are like $1 or something, I think. Okay, so now we can add all the other ingredients. So we have our, said 5 cups of tomatoes. We ended up with, can you see those? About 4 cups of tomatoes using 7 tomatoes.
7 large tomatoes, they were pretty large.
So we're gonna put those in. We have our beans and lentils, 1 cup each of black, red, and then lentils that have been soaking for 24 hours. And then we have, 2 tablespoons of chili powder. 1. And 2. So we're gonna put some ground cumin in there. And we need 1 tablespoon. Got a little extra. And what else? 3 cups of we're gonna go with vegetable broth. So I'm gonna go with 3 cups. There's 1, 2. And that's a little more than 3, but that's okay. Just a little bit more. So we need a tablespoon of the
Chipotle puree.
So here's the Chipotle puree.
Which smells like barbecue sauce.
Smells really good. All right, teaspoon of salt.
Ooh.
I'll be a little generous.
Hey, wow.
So I'm gonna stir it a little. We'll double check the ingredients. Lock it in place, and then we'll make sure that our thing is on lock. And then let's look at the front of it here. Next, we are gonna put this on, this pressure cooker has a beans/chili setting. So all I gotta do here is push that. So you can see it's set for 11 minutes. And then I'll hit start. And then it will warm up and cook for 10 minutes, and we will check back when it's done. Okay, so one thing I will say, and I know Jen would agree with me, but she stepped out of the room, is this recipe requires quite a bit of work. So with all the peeling and de-seeding of all those tomatoes and the peppers and everything like that, it's probably a good idea to do that ahead of time and then just maybe refrigerate them so that you can have them on hand, or even do them in bulk and freeze them. And then you just have those ingredients ready to go when you're done. So just wanted to warn you that this recipe does take a little bit of prep and planning. It's not a super fast recipe. However, if you have all the ingredients prepped and ready to go, then it's super quick. We just dump everything in the pot. Well, first we saute a few things, then we dump everything else in the pot and let it go. Okay, it's finished and has gone into warm mode. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the steam thing to depressurize it. These always scare me a little bit. And so now I can take this off. Ooh.
Wow.
Looks good, smells good. Should we dish some up and give it a taste?
Yeah, let's do it.
We have Josh and Jan here to taste test.
It doesn't taste like traditional chili, but it does taste like some homemade chili I've had, so it's really good.
Oh, that's good. So thumbs up. Maybe not a huge thumbs up, but a thumbs up.
If I had cheese, it'd be a huge thumbs up.
Oh yeah, we didn't have any cheese. All right.
Mine is good. It's spicy, but not unbearably hot, which is good.
And you don't like spice.
I really don't, but it's good.
All
This
right.
is really good.
I could stand to have a little bit more spice to it.
Oh, definitely.
A little bit of goat cheddar cheese would just make this perfect. But overall, I would give this a thumbs up. So Josh just made an interesting comment, which was?
Out of all the stuff that you've had me try, this is probably the thing that I could probably eat on a most regular basis. Chili's always been kind of like one of my comfort foods, I guess. And since this tastes so similar, but it's also good for you, I could definitely get into eating this a lot.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's like 5 billion thumbs up right there.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for giving us a review. Hope you found it helpful, and we'll see you next time.